I grew up in a family where the family front was not really that wonderful. There was no stuff like unity. There was no family bonding. So people look at their parents and they desire marriage. There was nothing about that to me. That being said, I noticed that my greatest challenge, which I found out with studying myself and wanting to know why is my life like this? Why did I come to this point and not get married? Is a fear of uncertainty.
Another thing is what is driving you? Is it just to get married? What's your plan for yourself? Why do you even want to get married early? Why do you want to get married at 25? Why do you want to get married at 30? Why do you want to get married? Like as you're saying, my best friend while I was in school, they married while we are in school as undergraduates.
When the lady say you're leading her on, it doesn't mean you're telling her to do bad things. It means you're not telling her where to stop. And I'm a giver. If you're around me and you're a lady, you're at risk.
People find it easy, to leave one person to get to the other person. All right? So a woman would easily find another guy, sleep with another guy, and then go back to the previous guy. It comes easy. It comes quite easy to them.
This generation, sex is nothing.
Nothing. Like sex is absolutely nothing to them. It's just really God, let's go and buy ice cream. Hello. You're welcome to the Beauty of Relationship podcast. I know you're as excited as I am today at the Beauty of Relationship podcast, where we help relationships heal, grow, and thrive. I know, right? That's right. My name is Nkem. Once again, my name is Nkem Owuamalam, and I'll be your anchor for today's episode. Here at the Beauty of Relationship, as you may already know, we are always interested in all things that help relationship work, from the struggles, the lessons, and then the beauty in between. Somebody give me a cheers there, the beauty in between. But today we are having such an amazing subject or topic we're looking at: why young men marry late. I know, right? Somebody is already steadfast, holding on to their seat. Why do young men really marry late? Have you really given it thought? Today, I have beautiful, amazing guests, captains in the industry, subject matter experts that are going to be looking at this subject alongside with me. First is my guest, an amazing guest who's a thought leader, a business coach and consultant, but also has some practical experience for us for today's topic. It's no other person than Mr. Samuel Dixon. To my right, Mr. Samuel Dixon, you're welcome to the BOR Podcast. I know you cannot wait. You want to say hello? You want to say something to the audience? All right. So that is just the beginning. Don't mind the way he's saying hello, guys. When he comes in, you will know what he is made of. He has a lot to give to us today. But today, without wasting much time, as is our culture, we have our host and convener of the BOR Podcast, the Beauty of Relationship Podcast, who is always here with us. No other person than the able PC. PC, you're welcome. We're always excited to have you. Welcome to today's episode.
We are ready to rock.
Awesome. She says we are ready, and I know you are also ready. Perhaps today is your first time connecting with us, then you need to smash the subscribe button, the like, the follow, depending on the social media where you're watching us from. Subscribe, and then make sure you click the notification bell if you're on YouTube. As we go, I know you don't want to miss this. But as we go into that, I like to ask, let me begin, by talking to Mr. Sam Dixon. Like, it's when you say, the reason why young men marry late, is it actually a thing? Is it a thing? Is it something that's practiced? Is it true? Is it true that young men marry late? I think we need to really get that out of the way before we start going into the conversation.
Yeah, so young men marry late, especially in this generation that the bar is going up every day. I'm also a young man. I'll be 40 in 1 week's time.
In a week's time. Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. I'm not married, and there's no reason. I mean, perception-wise, you have the money, you have the age, so why not marry? That's what people think that marriage is about. So it's a thing, and I know a lot of young people that are also not married. If you ask them about marriage, they'll just tell you, I beg, I won't make money. Oh, I want to go and look for money. So it's a thing. Some people there have been some of our very popular pastors that are doing it well, that are still not married. So you'll be wondering why. Is it chasing purpose? Is it chasing passion? Is a thing. And it's a thing worth talking about.
So it's a confirmation that we are in the right place or in the right order. So it's actually a thing. Pisa, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's a thing? But there may be somebody out there that's saying like, the young man really married late. I married at 25. Using their personal experiences to judge. All right. So do you also think it's a thing, it's a challenge, it's a conversation that needs to be had?
Yeah, I believe that life is a perspective. Different people have different backgrounds, different examples they saw, witnessed while they're growing up. And these days, before you know it, is forming the way you are thinking. Consciously or unconsciously, and it begins to affect you. So I would say it's a thing. I will also say sometimes it's a personal challenge. Sometimes it's also spiritual.
Okay.
A situation that is very spiritual.
I like the sound of that one.
Yeah. So many reasons.
So many reasons. So what that means is that we agree that there is a concern here. It's something that should be talked about so that any man that finds himself in that place, so if you have a brother, a sister, a friend of yours that is not married and they are, should we say 30, 31, 35, but they are, they are of manageable age, like they will say, and they're not yet married, then you need to tag that person on this post or in this video. Very important. You need to tag that person because I know that they will take a lot of value, and possibly maybe by next week before their birthday somebody's married. You never know. So just do not miss just do not miss today's conversation. Now you have you practically said you're going to be 40 next week, and then you're not married. I think that's where we should really start.
So for me, there's something called self-awareness, which is so powerful for any human. You can be going through life and you still don't know why you do what you do. There's what they call cognitive dissonance. It's when the core of your pain is not aligning with the way of your being. I mean, it's possible for you to know what is right and do what is wrong.
Absolutely.
You understand? So you can be knowing what the right is in your head, but in practical, in the real life, you're not doing what is right. Sometimes it happens to even the best of us. So yes, I grew up in a family where the family front was not really that wonderful, and then I grew up seeing a lot of things, family front, prayers, there was no stuff like unity. There was no family bonding. So people look at their parents and they desire marriage. They say, I would like to marry, there was nothing about that to me. So, and coming from a third generation poor family, I mean, your dad was poor, your granddad also. So you would understand that, you may not want to repeat poverty. So the first thing in your mind would have been make money. Yeah, and that in itself, it's an escape route, So it may just be make money, and you may just be pursuing money making to the detriment of other sides of you, which was not activated. Now, I use the word activated because there's a point you get to in life that the way God created us, everything increases with use. For example, if you stop using your hand will stop getting burned. You don't notice that your hand will stop working. If you keep your leg straight and stop using it, your leg will stop working. So if you stop using a side of you, you're not exciting the married side of you. You see that you begin to second guess it. So I think that because I was my fellowship president in school. I had all the beautiful ladies around me. I kept asking, marriage was never registered in my head. And when people tell me, but someone asked me just recently, why you know my? When I posted, I'm doing an event for my birthday. I posted this. Someone sent me money because the theme is my love story, and my actual love story is the story of Christ as the foundation of my love. But people thought it was marriage. This time somebody already called me, send me account number, they're sending me money. I said, they be married. It's the love of Christ I shared abroad in the house by the Holy Spirit. But that being said, I noticed that my greatest challenge, which I found out with studying myself and wanting to know why is my life like this? Why did I come to this point and not get married? Is a fear of uncertainty. Now this is very deep. Now, I don't know how much time I have, but I'm breaking down. No, go ahead. But the fear of uncertainty. Now, if you grew up from a poor background, a poor family, you always want to have secure things. You take minimal risk. You don't want to do anything that will put you in trouble. You don't want poor person oil. You know those kind of life that you live. I mean, and I grew up in a not too rich family, but my parents were very disciplined. I mean, there's something you cannot do. So living in business, I saw it that it also affected me. This is very powerful. That's what I was saying. So you notice that if the business has risk, you want to be risk averse. You want to just until everything is setting. But Bible says these are what the men do not sow. And it's the same thing with Ed, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. You know, that's what we don't know. So people think that I'll do relationship like this, then I'll do no. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So I have to ask myself, I see that I had the fear of uncertainty. I didn't want to repeat the same marriage my parents had. So I stylishly, I can be friends, and I think I've hurt a lot of ladies because of this, unknowing to me. Because we'll be friends for a long time. I will not tell you anything. My brain is looking for certainty. But no human is certain. Nobody has everything. But somehow my brain will be like, no, this thing I want to repeat again. You know? So if this fear has been for a long time, see that it begins to see, because this thing has nothing to do with God. It's 100% us. You know, so until if I told someone something, I said, until I overcome this thing, I'm not going to marry. Person thought I said, because age and money is not the real reason why people should marry. It should be emotional discipline and emotional stability. Because the currency you bring to marriage is your stability emotionally. Because marriage is like, say, like 60% emotions issues than the money. People are crying in 10 million, 10, 50 billion in there. History is replete of couples that are financially stable falling out of love. So it tells you that it's not about money. Mm-hmm. Then it's not about age, because even fools grow old. You know, it's the fact that you're emotionally mature. There are 23 years old that are very mature. Sure. You know, and there are 50 years old that are still children. So age and wealth should not be the main parameters to know whether somebody is ready to marry. But you know, in Africa, look at you, say you're getting old, but he's a fool. Why should he marry? You don't gonna stress another person's daughter. You know, that's why divorces are everywhere, because you just feel like I'm okay, let me just marry. Don't pick one girl and marry. Are you growing emotionally? Do you have insecurity issues? Can you watch that woman become? Can you bloom her? Because you're a groom. You know, so what can you, so those things are, in fact, I feel like I was never ready to marry except now. Like I feel like I am just, I think I don't enter the phase where I say, where is the person? Let me groom somebody. Groom, not really the not the primary school where they teach. I just mean it just dawns on you that this is how God has seen marriage. This is how God has seen love. This is how God has seen. You know, in our society, love expects, but in God's way, love gives. And you know, in Scripture, there's no place in the Scripture that tells us to expect love. Everywhere tells us to keep love. And see Scripture that says, he said, a young man, if he's not married, he careth for the things of the Lord, how will please the Lord. But he said, when he's married, he careth for the things of this world, how will please his husband. How come the husband is looking for how the wife can please him? The concept is, please your wife will please you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because love has so much power. If you stay in love, love can drown any. That Bible says many waters cannot quench love. It means we are just loving with the definition of the word. Meanwhile, we have our own ecosystem. We have the ones that the way that God has told us to love. You know. So, like I was saying, so I think that the first thing I said is fear of uncertainty, which I know really. In fact, I don't want to say I overcome the 100%. I think it affects me in my business side of things. Even if some people don't know, because you know, you can be more certain energy to try to do, you know. But I think that fear of uncertainty affects me in you know. But marriage side, I am really killing that part of my life. But
okay, I want to say, for the benefit of our audience, you know, you said you didn't want to get married until you overcame this. So I want you to highlight what that thing, whether it's one or two. So as a summary.
So remember that I said I hurt a lot of people because of that. Now I noticed that now I don't set up with the same anybody. I've never called any girl come to my house to visit me. I don't do all those things. So nobody can even. So by me, you get close to a lady that is amazing, and I'm a giver. If you're around me and you're a lady, you're at risk. I'm telling you the truth, because I will give you to your point where I don't do it. I don't look for anything from you. So I can just be loving you, be good to you, but before you know, the girl is saying, why are you not saying anything? And, you know, I like it or not. So I came up with this rule that for a lady, when a lady say you're leading her on, it doesn't mean you're telling her to do bad thing. It means you're not telling her where to stop. That's my own. That's your my head, because she sees you as a leader already. So where are you leading me to? To tell me where to stop. So I came because my experiences with ladies. I mean, amazing as it. I'm not telling you, I mean amazing ladies.
Amazing.
Women of God.
On
I'm not going about, because first of all, in our ecosystem, we cannot be doing other people.
Yeah.
These are good women. Women that, you know, some of them are married now. Some of them didn't block me. Like, they cannot even talk to me again.
It appears it deserves some blocking anyway.
Exactly. So some of them blocked me. You know, but because of my own maker, sometimes I'm like, why did you block me? You know, why it's when I began to understand, you know, study things. Because for me, I think that growth, that's when you put the pressure on you.
Yourself, on yourself.
So, and I understood that, okay, this is where it happened, and you were too nice to these people, and you did not observe their emotional build-up. That can be carelessness to the side of the guy, because it's not, see, there's a person in the Bible that said, mark and avoid. Some of us will see some people that are also mark and avoid, they'll be walking in love. Walking in love is to mark and avoid. I don't know if you understand what I just said. Anything scripture tells you, don't try to add your own sense to it.
Please.
If scripture told you flee, it means the way to walk in love is to flee. It's not to say, I'm a child of God, I want to walk in love. No, this is that. The only way they can walk in love is to flee. If scripture says, those that are this. So for me, sometimes as children, we try to over pamper what God has told us not to do. You know, so I kind of understood that maybe there's a lady I met recently. I was at the Nepal office. I don't know why I'm saying this on this podcast, but I'll say I went to Nepal office, so one of my flat had this show, so I wanted to preserve it. So this lady just walked in, very beautiful, speaking like my love. I don't know what to say. My love language is presentation. I mean, if you can present yourself, see, my own beauty is when you can present yourself. She came in very presentable. I was just attracted. Oh, wow, it's amazing in my mind, though. Man, we finished now. Temptation. As I was driving up, the guy just came to wave me. Like, you need to wait for me to come and meet you. You know, when a bait means a temptation. So she just came and said, were they able to solve your problem? She was not caring for me. Like, this is temptation. And she was not a bad lady. And I said, okay, yeah, I was able to say, I said, oh, where are you going to? She said, Ajib. She was not living even in my area. I said, Well, I carried her. She wants to buy fruits at the fruit market. I took her to the market, waited for her. She bought everything. And we were going. I just told my sister, listen, you know, we'll collect this girl number. I didn't call her number today. We will not meet again. Meet another. You know why? Because I asked myself, I have met thousands of ladies. I have people around me. What I made sure I did was to minister the gospel to her and know that I will not meet her again. You know, I mean, I don't want to repeat any circle. I'm intentional about repeating a circle of meeting another lady. She will not, because I'm a love being. I've told you, I know that I have love in my heart. The love of Christ is shared. I don't even believe in different types of love. I believe that we just love this gospel. So I have love to give. So if you're around me, you will feel the love. And you may misinterpret it as any other thing. So let me reduce my word.
Let me get Pieces' thoughts on the subject matter. He has said a lot in that regard. But I'd like to hear your, central thoughts. Why you believe, whether by experience or from relatives, why is it almost like a common thing in our time? All right, let me say this time, where people want to get somewhere before they get married. You know, before now, some people used to maybe get married earlier, expectations were a bit less, pressures were not high. But why do you think, it's becoming increasing? Where young people marry, they just wait and wait and wait and wait endlessly. Like he rightly said, he said he doesn't even think he has overcome all of it. He has done a great job, but it doesn't feel completely free. Yeah. But you're free indeed. Yeah.
Very proud. Anyway, just like I said in our introduction, that life is perspective. and your perception about anything in life will actually go a very long way how you behave, the decision you take, and the actions that follow. So I personally, I didn't find myself in the midst of guys that don't want to marry early. I think I see them from afar, yes, but I know that it does exist. So, but one of the reasons why people could find themselves in that space is when you are growing lopsided.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you begin life holistically, if you're a Christian, you are not just only a spirit, you are also emotional and you have a body. So if you allow your growth to be simultaneous, growing every aspect of your life, it will help you to start asking some questions on time, which will prevent you from lagging behind in certain areas. But if you are just like he said, that he's been a Christian, he just, as you are just talking, I could see that you didn't balance when you embrace Christ, you didn't bring everything. You were just looking at going to heaven and being a very nice guy. But
Really race.
yeah, so I personally, when I embraced Christ, thank God I did it very early in my teenage age. So it helped me to, at that time, I was able to stumble on people who have begun to see that Christianity is not balanced. So, and I caught it so fast, and I begin to look for how to actually be on the balance. Like, I now become an advocate of balance. Like, in my life, I love balance. So I begin to love balance, and it makes me ask questions. It makes me to, at any point in time, I make sure that I balance every area of my life. I ask questions about my spiritual life. I ask questions about my emotional life. I ask questions about my physical life. Every area, like, I make sure that I'm not just growing in one side and the other side is not. So that's the only thing, because it's not just only in your emotion or the experience you had that is stopping you from actually taking that step in the area of relationship. It's as a result of you didn't actually look at this thing that, oh, I need to be growing all around. And then when you don't know that you have to grow all around, then you can ask questions. I said, okay, it's like I'm not really good in this area. Okay, what is wrong with me when it comes to my emotional management? What is wrong with me in this area? So growth is the foundation. So I believe that when someone is growing every area of your life, not just spiritually or financially or emotionally, but you are looking at your life and you are going for growth. Every area of your life, knowing that every area of life is very important. Your spiritual life is not more important than your emotional life. Emotional life is not more. In fact, any area of your life that is lagging behind is going to actually affect other areas. That's just the truth. So I believe that balance, growing in a balanced way, is one of the ways to actually, escape, having some part of our life, like our relationship life, not really attended to. So, and my encouragement to anyone who you are looking at yourself, because there is a two-way thing. There are people too very early that are talking about marriage. Like, I've met a lot of ladies. I am the one now slowing them down. Why is that? It's the only thing that is your mind. You just man. So I believe everything is balanced. So you cannot just be the growing up and the only thing that is your mind is how to settle down with a man or settle down with a woman. You as a human being, you should know that your growth have to be all around.
Okay, Pastor, I was very happy he talked about, he talked about the concept of cognitive dissonance, which I know effectively, is a psychological bias. It speaks about the dichotomy between human will and intention. Because most times we want to do, but in some cases we are virtually unable to, because there's that dichotomy, there's that divide.
Okay.
Yes, so something is making you, you know what is right. You know what is right to do. And I think, like you said, it happens to the best of us. You know what is right to do per time, but sometimes we don't find ourselves here. How much impact do you think this is having, on people? Let's say in this case, men. How much impact do you think it's having on people? Because a lot of people might say, I want to get married. Personally, I had told myself I'll get married at 25. I set 25-year mark for myself to get married, but I didn't get married at that time. What happened? How old when I got married? I was 31. I was 31 when I eventually got married. But, life kind of happened. So I just finished doing a diploma at a university in town. I had an opportunity to travel abroad to study. So I couldn't be going to school and be married. Do you understand? So that's in my own case. So life,
Like, say, could it be said that you did not prioritize marriage?
can you prioritize marriage against your education? Because I'm not going to school. I'm not going to school. I'm not finished. I only did it. I know at that time. So
let me give you a story. There's this pastor that said he saw Kenneth Hagin. If you see that picture where the big Kenneth Hagin, and they were like 4 generations over there. So you now pray to find out how they did it, that they were all that generation. I think it's 4 generations. Mommy, have you seen that thing? And now notice that they all married at 25. So he now said to marry at 25. You married at 25. Okay. Then he refused to marry at 25.
Okay, he's not children.
So that is plan. What it only him. So he wanted to have like 3 generations. Now the children are not getting married at 25. So that means that picture can.
But they get married under 30.
Another thing is what is driving you? Is it just to get married? What's your plan for yourself? Why do you even want to get married early? Why do you want to get married at 25? Why do you want to get married at 30? Why do you want to get married? Like as you're saying, my best friend while I was in school, they married while we are in school. As undergraduates. In fact, this guy is so
that's a female person, right?
Yeah.
That's a female.
The friend is my girlfriend. The guy is my fellowship brother.
And he was in school also.
2 of them in the same school, and they are not rich. They don't have money, and they were so the guy is this kind of human being that is so contented. Like he cannot beg you for anything. He's not even expecting you to bring water for him, and he was bent to marry. He told us that he will wed in our final year, and they did wed. In fact, I was the major supporter, because a financial supporter, because by the time I look around, I found out that they really meant what they're doing and saying. Do you understand? So you can see, because this guy, he sat down and calculated his life. That's just truth. You must know why you want to do what you want to do. He has told himself that before it's just at 30 that he wants to focus in ministry. At 30, he wants to focus. He does not want anything, marriage, whatever, to follow him to 30. So they married. That time he was around 23. That my friend was around 22. And they got married. And in fact, they married in school. On their wedding day, no rice, no cake, no.
But I would like to.
Do you understand?
Let me get.
So I saw a man that was very objective. I saw a man that have programmed it, and truly that guy, his life followed his plan. His life followed his plan. By the time he was 35, he's already a doctorate degree holder that owns his own business, and he's also a consultant in another big company that does the kind of business he. Like everything he wrote down, because I was very close to the wife. Everything happened like that. So I believe that one needs to, on time, first of all, realize that, okay, I have emotional part of me. There is this part of me that is mental, that is financial aspect of my life. And then you set your goals based on what God has put on this side, because this person is born again, he's born again. So based on what God has put on this side of you and what you are pursuing, you plan your life, because planning is not God that will do it for you. I believe.
So, Mama, what I got from this story is
Yeah.
it's a story of vision because
It's a story of
just
vision.
imagine how
Exactly.
I think that sometimes life blesses us with this kind of people, but we don't seem to be ready for them. Imagine how two chase 10,000 very early.
But no, you guys are making me feel like a failure. So let me understand. No, let me understand. So are you saying that because I intended to marry at 25 and I didn't marry, that I was not serious in my life?
No. You know, there are two things to plan.
Okay.
So many times you can set a goal and say, I'm going to get this thing at 25. If you get it at 27, at 28, you're still within.
Yeah, because I believe that's what
Do-
helped me.
Do you understand? So it doesn't make you a failure. But where it gets bad, I didn't think that you did not say that I told you would have meant that what?
Maybe at 45.
Yeah. No, that's the truth.
Say, for example, I have never had a vision of my.
See now.
I have never read a book.
Then,
If you check I read every book about money, spirituality. So that part of me did not develop.
and that area of your life is on it. It's like a life.
Exactly.
Because you are feeding it.
And that's it's the way that this. So when you talked about the young man, I had a friend that was in school that they also got married in school. There's something about energy. But there's physics say energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's travel from one place to another. That's physics. Yeah. See those people that married early, they faced their challenge early. I mean, you face your because for that I'm married.
Marry early, let you face your challenge early. I don't know who's not listening.
That'll be very sweet.
Exactly.
The teen challenge, like they say.
Yeah, you still face your own challenge. You still need to do what you need to do. Maybe it's a bit of maturity, but you still face it. You still so the thing is, what I used to tell myself is, whatever thing you need to do, if you ever say, do it fast. So I think that like I told this, continuing to saying what I've got not done, but for me.
Yeah, please, sorry, let me not interrupt you. But that gap, when you know something and you're not doing it, it means that you don't really know. Yeah. Because mental knowledge, just knowing mentally, does not mean understanding.
True.
So when you see people, they know something and they're not doing it, it means that you have not known it.
Can you say you have not known it or they don't have understanding?
No. You cannot say you have known something. That you are aware. That you are aware of something doesn't mean that you understand what you are aware of.
His whole problem.
Action.
So that's the interesting truth because see for me, for example, I had some people in my mind. I had all those person God, is this person? Is this person? I never called it Tina. I know. Do you understand? And I'm like, God, I want to do ministry. I don't want issues, But embrace your uncertainty, So, while I was coming here today, I was just praying. I was saying, Holy Spirit, I beg. What's in the output? So it's to take the first, because I'm saying these things because I've used it in other parts of life. Do you understand? Like I've used the same because success is an exact science. The way you're succeeding in business is where you succeed in ministry. So it's an exact science. So I'm asking myself, what if I applied this same principle? That's the knowledge I'm saying. What if I applied
them
and I married? There's this lady that was very close to me in school that today I'm not sure she will ever unblock me. And I think she has been like the closest that I've ever had because we are very close. But when I left school, she asked me, so what are we together? I said, you're just my sister in the world. I don't know I broke her.
Sister in the law.
So I mean, I'm just trying to say, what if I put in the same energy that I put here in the same place? And nothing, because energy is neither created nor destroyed. So what if I meant was that nothing would have been destroyed. You would have still made the money and still did the marriage. So you do not need to leave heaven to touch earth. You would have been on earth touching heaven.
After all, life is all about faith.
Exactly.
So there is no way you have to wait until everything is completed, until you are perfect, until you understand that person very well before you take that bold step. The business you are stepping into, do you know it very well? no matter how you study from outside, practically, by the time you venture into it, you realize that you don't really know it. So the same way we can take action in one area of our life, we can also take the same action in other areas of our life. So
All
taking
right.
action.
If you have been watching and you left that your brother who is not married at 40, then you're not doing them any good. Somebody, please tag someone, invite them, let them come. Or at 35, for some people, it's even late. Like our guest here said, if you want to do something, you do it early. If you know you have intentions to marry eventually, why don't you start early so that you not face the early challenges alongside? Well, I like also to talk about expectation. For some people, which may not have been your case, some people tend to delay their marriage plans because of some of the prevailing expectations from women these days. They want them to be the provider, the Lord and Savior, all in one. And then it could be quite discouraging or disheartening. We see a lot of there's a plethora of these things online. People complaining, people living in relationships because of weighty expectations. What do you have to say about things like, do you have any such experience? But that's not your primary challenge. But what do you have to say to?
So you cannot tell it is my primary challenge. So there's no challenge as a primary. I mean, expectations are expectations, and in our father's times, the women were in the house, the men go and look for food, then give the women will assist in the farm, but they will bring the produce to the house. The man will still supersede what they brought. The woman cannot go to the farm, bring food and dash her friends.
My friend.
They will have a yam ban, where they will stock all the yam. If a rich man, they have long ban. Then it graduated to when we had the white collar jobs, it was the men doing the jobs. They say, women emancipation, women freedom, women anything. So the men were like the top people and all that. So some men now had their power, now became their wealth. So in this generation, we have a power imbalance, because that thing that men had that power, women now have it. So that's why there are a lot of divorces happening, because you cannot tell a lady working and bringing money that you should do some things that you know that you can do with your hand. So this is where leadership now becomes a challenge in a lot of marriages, because the woman knows finances more than you, but you can't trust your money to her because you are a man. So there's a lot of changes that must happen in Africa if we must stay married, because whether I like it or not, the world is becoming a global village. People are comparing things from, you think that you see someone that is married, you now say Igbo culture. It's not Igbo culture that lady is married. She's marrying a culture in India that she has been watching. I mean, we are borrowing cultures from everywhere around the world. We are borrowing our marriage cultures from people that are wanting you to Cinderella them. Where did they get it from? You see wedding where the husband will not know the wife because of makeup. Where did they get them from? So you can see that the comparisons the expectations are high. I mean, for a man that's you want to, and guess what? Sometimes these ladies do not even know when they pick these things. They just pick it. Even in church, pastors will be preaching Christ. They are going back to mix it with their own. They said the worst challenge with a wife is a committee of friends. When the husband has said something, should not go back to our Bible spoke about we'll go back to our own company. So they go back to their own company and mesmerize it. I've had relationships where I met a lady today, tomorrow. She was asking me to borrow money for our business. So even if you wait, just wait small. Just have small patience. Or you met them today, the next day they're already telling you about their house rent, their school fees, everything. And guess what? These people may not be bad people. It's just that they are now used to begging.
They're not bad people.
I mean, if you separate, if you can, I'm a very practical person. So if you can separate, it's just that they are used to being needy in love, which is what a lot of people do. They love you how they need you. So once you separate their needs, in fact, if another person meets their need, that's the person they now love. So love is not based on needs. You know, so if the girl was dating somebody and another guy comes and is splashing her with different things, her mind will start aligning because of she has built herself to be needy, you know. And that's what this generation seek. I see some lot of people following a guy online and the guy is talking batching women. And some people are not taking their laws, and you know, everybody's doing. That's why I think we need to keep doing this podcast, because we need to change the conversation.
We need to change the conversation.
There's a lot we can say, hey, let's just turn our own, but to add our voice.
A
lot of
to what is out there.
lot of rubbish
That's
that
out there.
everybody talks about, you know. And once you say it with a sweet voice and very straightforward character,
Yes.
say,
With black magic.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
iPhone
see,
16.
people begin to use you to mentors, and meanwhile they are vomiting their own hearts on people.
More people.
You know, the expectations are high. Trust me. I have friends that are divorced. I have like 8 or 9 friends that are divorced. Some 2 years marriage, 1 year married, 3 years married, 4 years married.
From those friends, let us know. Give me an idea. 1, 2, maybe 3
It's expectations.
common expectations. No, yeah. What are those? What areas? Okay, financial expectation.
What I know is there's no money that is enough for marriage. I mean, every marriage will be tested. Mommy is married for at least 15, 25, I think 5 years. So there's no marriage that will not be tested. There's no time that there will be money every time. Now you can see, for example, now you can see mommy's husband from outside. She's the only one that knows from inside. You know, she's the one that knows where you tell her, mommy, yes, this is where it is. He would depend on her. See, men depend on women's understanding. I think it fits them. I think it fits them more than any other. I think a man starts dying when the wife starts
Pending on a woman's understanding.
one minute to say something.
Okay, having said that now, I believe that it should not make a man to be afraid of getting married, because
It's already making.
no, it shouldn't. See, once you are not married, there are bound to be different kinds of women that will come your way. I believe that it's opportunity for you to actually search out for. The Bible says, he that finds. Yeah? So when you find a woman that just comes into your life and is asking you for, like, I can be very, I don't know how to put it. Pride is an understatement. Instead of me, like, it's not me to ask you for something, I die. That's
when that's your husband. Let's
yeah. No, it's true. It's true. Even as I'm married, the only person that I begin to work on me to make me to open my mouth, ask somebody for something, is God. Like, God have to, like, stand on my way and say, this character, you got to break it. You have to open down your mouth and ask people for help, or ask people to contribute to, because I didn't call you for you to do the work. I call you for you to learn how to work with other people to carry out. So I do not believe that one particular man will keep meeting all the ladies that will come your way will be people that are asking for something. I don't believe that. You understand? So no. Because why I'm saying that is, this is one of the reasons that people who married late present. They said women are so demanding, they're asking them. But are you telling me that you have not seen the one that they ask you for anything? No. Yeah.
I've met, like I said before, I have very
amazing. Yes, yeah, you said.
But I've said I've listened to you. Asking about experience. I've listened to there's somebody one of my friends that got married. When he married this girl, the girl was not working. See, that's another thing that people should know. Character should be tested. See, somebody say, I have good character. Have you make money? When this lady made her own money gradually, she was staying late at work. There are people now. I mean, at the point she was now transferred to another state. You know, she did not negotiate her family. She did not say, let me prepare my family first. She told her husband she's being. She said, let's play. She said, no, I'm being. She left. That strain made her lose her marriage. You know, so this is now money. The husband See, so she's filing for divorce. The woman is saying he doesn't want to divorce. That is not done with your marriage. Do you understand? Then I had another friend that this one had finished traditional, did everything, marriage, white wedding. The girl was interested in her boss in her office because of money. So I feel like is a generational thing. I was saying something about women not making money. I was even in a story saying so that women now make money. So I think that men need to understand that leadership is not just about money. So that we will take our heart while we make money and provide for the family. We should become the priest in the altar of our family. I mean, what I mean is, I don't know if I use the priest rightly. I mean, we should understand that we are leading the clan. So if money is not there, so recently I was just thinking, I said, it's not money that make people misbehave, it's their perception of money. Even marriages, it's not the money, the physical cash, it's where you have placed money in your life. You know, when Bible said the love of money is the root of all evil, it means you love money more than you want to create value. So it means that these people, everything about them is, that's some men that they hurt their wives, they throw money at them.
And they will catch it.
Yes,
and smile and say, I forgive you.
If they make their wife angry,
so what do you expect? No, you're talking. See, you're talking about. We need to help men understand to provide a priest. You know, you talk about office. So, no, hold on, please. Let me ask you this question. You know, because it's easy to say, let's help the men understand better how to lead their homes without money, without throwing money around. But how about the women or the woman that is keen, very interested in the money? Otherwise, she doesn't understand any other kind of love. So they don't understand any kind of love. Like you rightly said, there are people that until you begin to throw needing love, like you said, yes, you begin to throw money around. You know, they may even be seeing some other person, but when this other person begins to give them attention by way of expense, dinner dates, you know, time out and all that.
About this fear, you now that somebody may have more money more than you when you're dating. Did you think about it? And your fiancé may not be interested in the person.
No, yes. You know, when you are early in relation, there are concerns that go through your mind depending on how the relationship is going per time. Do you understand? And thankfully, you know, 10 years ago when I got married, it's not as bad as now. We're in a very terrible time, in case you're now aware.
That's what you're thinking.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. That's my perception.
I don't think so.
We are at a very, you know, we're interesting times. But you would think that 10 years ago was even recent. But the truth is, you know, it feels so different. It feels so different from the expectations, from the way women, ladies present themselves. And before I say it, the reason why I wanted to get married earlier was I'm not a ministry person, not like the other guy. And I just felt like I'll live a very useless life if I don't marry early because of women. Do you understand? I understood myself. I was aware that if I don't get married early and then, you know, discipline myself in certain areas, there may not be a destiny to get to. So it was part of the reasons why, so that whatever thing that has to do, I can, you know, so that is part of that. And at that time, you will still see, as much as people still had their, you know, bad traits, bad behavior, and then what you would consider as, you know, what makes them feminine. I don't think I can remember, you know, the extent, particularly when it comes to materialism. All right, so let me narrow it down. Materialism, and then materialism is one. The next one is promiscuity. You know, people did a lot of, you know. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. So people find a lot of people think like, and it's both ways this time around. People find it easy, you know, to leave one person to get to the other person. All right. So a woman would easily find another guy, sleep with another guy, and then go back to the previous guy. It comes easy. It comes quite easy to them.
This generation, sex is nothing.
Nothing. That sex is absolutely nothing to them. It's just really, God, let's go and buy ice cream. Is an ice cream?
I thought you said one.
What? No, I'm having a general conversation. So I feel like you know, you are pointing at the guys, and that's fine because we have a challenge both ways. But for the ladies,
You are tackling men, so that's not.
you know, because men they feel like they are at the receiving end, and so in terms of expectations, how do we help the women help the guys? How do we help the women You see, how do we help the women help the guys? Because everybody can't know what you're thinking. This is what you ask for. That I know is what you say. So if I say, let's take some time out. There was a video on social media a while where the guy met a lady for the first time. They went out, and he said what the lady ordered was around 50,000. Where he ordered something that was around 10,000 or less. His own order that he's going to eat in that same restaurant, and she was ordering prawns, certain seafood, and certain things. And it was going up to maybe 50,000 around that, if I remember very correctly. So these are the things. How do we help the ladies?
Something about this, because this also cost my one. It is not possible because the greatest thing in my life. Now, somebody that is used to eating 50,000 naira and you took her out, you want her to eat 10,000. So these things are important. I had a friend. If you watch this,
that person that is used to eating 50,000 naira, come and listen, 50,000 naira. So you just go out and
you must know the people you're following. Some men don't have money, but they are following high class women. They are cool around.
Is it? I thought you said we should have visions. Is it not to have a vision
around you that they love you, but your eye is stay one place. Your eye is not single. So this my friend. She's schooled abroad. She everything abroad. But we've just been friends right from. It was one strike that our parents just took her abroad. She's really close to me today. She's married. She's married, but she's like a sister that's she's closer to me than even my biological sisters. Now, when we want to buy, when we go to where we want to eat, she offering to pay for me. Like, is this pride or something? I fought it. But that thing affected our relationship. I didn't know that it was just mere culture shock for me. Because if you leave this country, when I travel, I had to call her to apologize. Because outside this country, everybody pays their bill. Everybody pays their bill. So imagine me, I was thinking that she's proud. I should be serious that I'm not going to, she will say, no, don't pay it. Don't do it still. I'm like, this girl, but Nigeria, they'll pay for bills still. Those type of things. Then, if she's buying her food, she eats properly. You don't know how to eat. If she's eating, she knows what to do. She knows the portion of this.
The portion, of course. Balanced diet.
You can see 50K now pass. If she's doing anything she's doing, she's not eating, she's going to Chinese restaurant. I'm telling you. So when you see this kind of person, and you can negotiate with her before you get there. See, this is my budget for this meeting. What do you think? Open conversation.
Okay. Because I was not there in that meeting, I don't know if they had an open conversation or not. So
but for the guy to rush and put it on social media that the girl is, I'm saying another thing is, it's only, I don't want to say poor guy, not broke, shame any guy. It's only somebody that, if you had the money, would you complain?
I don't know. Maybe some people will say complain. When you talk about cultural shock.
This what we're talking about now, to me, is as a result of poverty. Yeah, because yes, it's poverty.
Poverty.
Yeah.
Leave some people alone. Poverty.
That's the truth. When you are poor, everything is expensive. When you are poor, it has a way of affecting the way you look at things. So I believe that if you are going out with someone, you should be able to know the kind of person that you are going out with. You should be able to know the tastes of that person. You should be able to know the lifestyle of that person. You should be able to know the pockets of that person, because people's pockets or people's financial level also determine what they desire and what they want. So you cannot meet someone and you say you are a fresh guy and you not pick a lady, take her to a restaurant and she's ordering chicken and you are getting angry. Do you understand? You are getting angry. You are just provoking yourself because you are the one making yourself angry. You also saw maybe somebody that is walking on the street, somebody that have been, you have lived somewhere and you have met people that will never go and order for that chicken. And now you've seen somebody, you feel that, oh, this person is. So it depends. And many times these guys also came to actually exploit the lady. They came to exploit because they're feeling that, oh, if I hang around with this kind of guy, this kind of lady, she will help me, come up, or help me find something, connection or something, or I will take advantage of her. People have different reasons why they do what they do or make the choice they want to make. But I don't believe that those criteria are not determining factor to know who is a good person, who is a right person. You know what you want. Like, I cannot, even on this podcast, I say, you ladies, help guys. I cannot say that because you are not here. We are not here to help anybody. We are here to do our life. You know where you're going, you know your destination. So you should be able to identify people going on the same path where you are going. Because you cannot gather a group of ladies and say, you people, please help you, these guys. It's not possible. You cannot gather a group of men and say, you men, please, you help this. It's not possible. Life is individualistic. So I believe that you know what you want and you should go for whatever you want. You should be ready for whatever you want.
Let me just hide. I'm taking his place.
Yeah.
So, is it bad for a lady to desire to marry a rich man?
Is it bad? No, it's not bad.
No, I think that question should be for you as a man. It should be for you. But before we come to that, I just want to bring just say hello to the audience again. Anyone who has not come in, please, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure you're connected to this conversation. Why young men marry late? Don't joke with it. So the conversation is still on, and I'll go back to him. We need to know if it is wrong. Is it wrong for a lady to want to marry a rich guy? Let's look at him from a mass perspective. let's look at is he wrong?
And so the thing about the desire is that desire has its fruits.
Okay.
Are you able to balance it? Because some people get excessive in their desire for things. So what's your definition of a rich guy? So if you this guy that has money, and that's it, some people say I want to marry Davido with Chioma Rufus. That kind of
those combination.
So you want to marry somebody that has this thing, has a kind of type of faith, then mix with more spirituality. It's a thing, sprinkle it with old spirituality.
Sprinkle.
Yeah. So that means you're admiring the things of the mundane thing. They are not really mundane, but I mean, the sweetness of life is in labor. That's why I don't like when people say, I am in the favor market, I'm not in the labor market. I used to kick against this thing because labor need to fight in favor. Labor and favor, they're not
in contest. They're
not fighting. We are children of God. We have favor in our labor. Because labor is sweet. Labor is what sustains work. It's what makes the world go round. If everybody stops laboring, what will happen? The world will not be moving forward. So I mean, you must, if you're desiring a rich man, you must be willing to labor with a rich man. Because imagine how the rich man is normal. You'll be poor very soon. Because wealth is not money. Wealth is cash flow. There are children of the rich that are now poor because they got wealth, they did not get cash flow. So cash is not flowing again. You go say your back property finish. So as a lady, you must everybody, both man and woman, we have the right to self-actualize. It means we have the right. So it's instead of saying I want to marry a rich man, say I want to marry a purposeful man. Because purpose goes with money. Because anybody can make money. I mean, Arabas can make money.
Absolutely.
Everybody can meet money. But, we is purposeful. Because money makes you more of who you are. Very bad man, you have money, bad has increased. Because, so, a purposeful man will be able to generate the money and lead you in a vision. Because money is currency, so find a way to flow. So, where is it flowing to? Is it flowing to the cause of the kingdom? Because why we make money is for kingdom. Or is it flowing to... Because if a man is rich and is not coordinated, it is not under God's covering, under God's authority, it's another problem. Because money will increase your options.
Okay. I want to know how financial independence amongst women has actually impacted on the troubles in marriage, in relationships, and divorces.
So, but first, is that bad statistics travel faster. There are amazing marriages.
Of course.
Nigerian marriages doing well. Yes, But bad statistics travel faster. So people want to say the few ones that come and rant. Because I have a lot of friends abroad. They are still married. They stayed married, So that bad statistics travel faster. And for me, I've also had people like abroad divorce. So I can tell you the reason. I said something before now. That money is not the problem. It's the perception of money. That is the problem. So the woman is making money. Before now, if the woman says, I'll go slap you, the husband will say, yeah, slap, they'll be laughing. Now that she's making money, is fear. If he says, I will slap you now, you now feel that it's because she has money. So he will behave. Bible says love does not behave itself unseemingly. That's a very powerful way. That's a very powerful statement. Love does not behave itself unseemingly. Love need to misbehave. So what will happen if the woman does something? He reads it from his current frame of reference. So the woman will be innocent, living her life like before. But because he now feels like maybe this woman today. So everything that is happening to him is from his own thought. His own thought is what is worrying him. Because if you check that woman out, she's saying, I work hard. Can you just help me do small things? Yeah. Because now I work harder. He will not say, before now you don't used to do it. This is how this thing starts. The man will begin to, the man is beginning to rant. And guess what? Women crave safe space. I think safe space is liability.
You're not married though.
I have sisters middle of girls. Let me just tell you that I have 5 sisters and a middle of girls. But let me tell you first, I've never cooked in my life. But I've cooked just twice or thrice in my life. My sisters pampered me to the core. It's today they wash my clothes. If they come to my house, they can wash. I mean any of them. So I've experienced that level. So I understand women to a point. Okay. I dropped my mom and before I came here, she came to stay with me for a while. And so people cannot keep their mom in the house, so my mom stays with me. We sleep on this. Sometimes you sleep on my own bed. We sleep together in the bed. I'll wake up to eat. So that's how it is with me. So I understand that women crave safe space. So where the man can shout, go back, come back, the woman just wants safe space. So if I'm coming to the house every day, you're always finding a mate. And guess what? Men make women divorce, but women leave the men. You may not understand that. So okay. When women leave the marriage, that's not when they leave.
Of course, I absolutely clear to them. Hold that thought. We see, so the central question for me is, in recent time, there's a lot of financial independence for women, because women are a bit more exposed, becoming more industrial, becoming more entrepreneurial in nature, and they are making money, and it's seeming like a competitive based on perception, on the perspective of their partners. But how do you think it has really impacted or affected the way men view relationship, especially the partnership arm? Because some men no longer see the marriage relation like a partnership. And sometimes it may well be, because of their limited view or perception of life. Well, how much do you think it has impacted? Do you think that thing shouldn't be a problem, and why?
I believe it shouldn't be a problem at all. It just, anywhere you see problem, it's always ignorance. Ignorance is always...
Anywhere you see a problem, ignorance is living around there. Absolutely.
So, I have a friend that has money more than the husband, but they're cool, they're good, they're great. There is no issue at all. And in fact, 1 or 2 times issues will come up. It's always the man. I will tell him, I say, okay, calm down. Stop thinking this way. Just stay where you are. Think straight. There is nothing. I believe that what a man should look out for is respect. That same woman that is having money and all that, she's still looking for that space you are talking about. She's still looking for that emotional security. She's still looking for that man that will pamper her. And once you give it to her, you can even carry her money. That's one thing. You can even carry her. Yeah. Once you give it to her, because a woman has primary need. The primary need of a woman is not really to lead. No woman. I don't think any woman that wants to lead, that woman is sick. To be very candid, the primary need of a woman is emotional care, and once she gets it, she's cool. She's very cool. And another thing is trust. Once there is trust, there is that understanding, no betrayal, no hair. That woman will relax knowing that, okay, I'm secured with this man. So it's not about the money. So, but so many times because of ignorance and because of sometimes too, a man could be a nice guy, he's knowledgeable, but he has wrong friends. He has friends that are not growing in knowledge. And these friends will begin to feed him with some information and put pressure. And as a man he will take it up to God and apply it in his marriage, and things will begin to fall apart. So I don't believe, though there are women, it's still ignorant. When a woman has money and her money is not making her to become rude in her marriage, it's still ignorant. Most times, it's still ignorant. Either somebody is influencing her negatively, or she has a wrong perception about what money is. Because if you have a good understanding of the place of money and marriage and your husband, I don't think there will be any issue.
So, mommy, there's this my friend works with the bank, and he said something. He said he notices that all men has their next of kin as their wives. All wives has their next of kin as their brother. What do you think? All men have their next of kin as their wives.
Okay.
But 99% of the women next of kin are their brothers.
Yeah, most of them has his foundation on trust.
So, but if the statistics is this big,
yeah, trust issue is a serious pain. Without trust, not just in marriage, trust is life. Yeah, trust is like once you have gained somebody's trust, you have gained that person. So I'm a marriage counselor, so I know the meaning of that. When you see it play out in relationship, it means that that man is not very reliable. Yeah. So what that man's supposed to do is not to make noise, it's not to start shouting, it's to build the trust. Just rebuild the trust. And with patience, you can rebuild any trust. You see the woman by herself, she will, even men does it too. Yeah, men does it.
Look, can I ask, if such a man has that wife as next of kin, and then she's not having a brother, you're saying that he has to go and build trust. Why does he not distrust her not to have her?
No,
as his own. If that same husband, he should distrust her and use his sister.
No. See, let me tell you, there are a lot of dynamics to that.
Okay.
Yes, because see, it's very easy to know if a man or a woman trusts you. It's very, very easy. And most times in marriage, looking at statistics that is out there, you see that men are the one that they are prone to being unfaithful and unreliable. Yes, but a woman will not be, hardly you will see a woman doing that. A woman doesn't even have that energy to do that. So, but a man who have built trust, such thing can happen. I can't think it personally, because I met a man in my life and I trusted him, and I could. In fact, there are reasons. It took me time. The trust didn't happen in one day. It took me time. For even like my husband, when I married my husband, most of his property is in his relative's name, and I didn't really care. Yeah, I didn't really care because he told me the foundation. I didn't really care that he made money early, and he like some of the property he has. So many times people will be questioning, like, at your age, how can you? So he has to do it with and once he started it, he was just doing like that. I didn't care.
God brought you at such a time to put that.
I didn't care. It took 5 years though. I didn't even ask him. I was on my own one day. He just came and told me, I have changed all this. I said, really? That was not my focus. So.
And in a way, people say it was because of your person, your kind of person, your approach. Because quite honestly, there are certain women that have lost their femininity, as it were, because they are trying to assume an office or a position. And personally, I feel like there's certain responses you give in a relationship of marriage that inspires maybe leadership, love, there's a disposition you take as the wife. It doesn't inspire, the right response from your spouse. So I know there's maybe a few people like that out there. What would you to say to a woman like that doesn't understand the strength and the power in being feminine, being, weak in that sense? We know a weaker vessel in that sense. It's not really that somebody that is weak without strength, but it's just that they are smarter, more intelligent. They have their ways, to get through to them. What would you say to a woman like that so that she can begin to inspire the right, responses, actions from her partner?
Yeah, I believe that, they say relationship is built like as you can build house. So it's not automatic. So I believe that when you come into a relationship, you have to know that, okay, I'm here to build something. So there are a lot of, and to build something means that there are things that are out of place. That's what it means. So it will take some of them in 1 week, you have rebuilt them, some of them in 2 months, some of them in 3 months. But I believe that your perspective and mindset too is what affects a lot of women. A lot of women come into marriage with wrong notion, maybe from their mom, maybe from their aunties. They fed them with so many wrong information. I think that this part of this world, there is this wrong information that people give to their siblings, their son, their daughter, as a way of getting them ready for marriage. Yeah, if you get there, don't close your eyes. Don't allow them to carry this one and put inside your eyes. All those kind of stuff. If you move into relationship with those kind of information, you will just cause problem for yourself. So when you get there, try to understand who that man is. The man should understand who the woman is, and then build something. Don't build based on all the information you've gathered about this person. So that's to me, that's the reason why people come into relationship and you see them, they come with a kind of mindset and demand for particular something. I don't want any of your brother here. Tell them to go. Maybe because of the information somebody fed them or what they saw and others. Don't allow this, all those kind of things.
You give the in-laws to have the information they will bring to the
owner's
house.
But, it's actually a serious. I think these things should be discussed before actually two of you now decide to come together in holy matrimony. It should be something to discuss. Talk about your family. How do your family view marriage? What are your own view about this? So that you be able to puncture some of these things before you step in. Otherwise, you step in that atmosphere, you complicate matters for yourself.
Okay. So I'd like us to take this one before maybe we wrap up. I'll take you because we have a peculiar.
Sorry.
No problem.
I want to say that that's one of the reasons why a lot of men don't want to marry early. Yes. I've met so many people that said marriage is full of troubles.
So
Yeah, full of trouble. Just because of this.
It's not full of trouble.
This information, wrong laws, friends, all those stuff. You just need to sit down and, unlearn this thing. Take it out of your mind and sit down with the person that you are going to marry and talk to yourself and have an understanding on how to go about. And to be on the safer side, maybe tell some people to shift so that this can be easy. Yeah.
So I want us to look at our cultural makeup as Africa.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and
Exactly.
of late, so let's say late adulthood or responsibility in this part of the world. Before now, it's getting a bit better. It's not like first world countries where people get 8 to 18 and they drive them out of the house. They take responsibility. We're not quick to take responsibility in this part of the world. A man could be in his parents' house till 25, say eating mommy's food. And I believe that it has the role that it plays, because in making people feel responsible to want to even take another woman. What are your thoughts? Do you think that's a concern, and what can be done in that area?
So I think it's also it's something that has to do with also our parental checks. You should be able to talk to your children about I think at this age, I should be doing this. And like I said, sometimes love is discipline. At this age, you're not supposed to be here. Not pressure, because and life does not have a straight line anime or something.
It's not linear.
Yeah, some of us will grow differently, different ways. Some at different times and pace. We also come back so that we will not be pressured. Life has its own pressure. Life expectancy in the world is even getting very low, expanding every day. So for me, I left my house immediately. I left for campus. I didn't go back. I didn't go back to my house at all. But that did not change the fact that somebody that went back did not do Then for marriage, I feel like the responsibility of marriage is, like mommy said, is in growth. If you not taking care of, I used to say people that say, yeah, I married the 50,000 naira. It's not in this generation, because what about the price?
People should stop saying these things. I really still like it.
Oh, 50,000.
I don't believe that there is anything wrong with this generation. I don't
Generation
believe
is an
that.
amazing generation. This generation,
Yeah, because there are a lot of young children that want to start life with any young man that doesn't have money in this generation.
We have not seen them.
I'm sure they are. They must be.
No, but have you seen them?
They must be, but I've not met them. I've not met them. But they must be. I believe there.
So the thing is, I don't really feel like, I asked myself, I have been taking care of my sister's children. In fact, one of them stayed with me from 2 years. She's 17 now. So I've been taking care of her. So I'm asking myself, if you cannot take care of yourself, you cannot eat complete meal in a day, should you even take care of my marriage? I'm looking if you're 40 and you notice that as a day and now, day if you pass and no chop. There's one name so the guy said, I don't chop. It's I don't marry too much to the chop.
It's there for you too. There for me.
I'm not kept this on. It's not about chop. But also these things are different, because if you have children to evoke another kind of energy, it's not the same thing. Like, you can even carry block for your children, for responsible men. You can think of anything. I just feel like some people are even lazy. There's a lot of ways to make money in 21st century that people are not embracing. But I'm saying, if you're a lazy man, should you marry? Because some people begin to put energy on marriage, but marriage is not.
The lazy man shouldn't marry.
Marriage is in a new level of work. It's like an upgrade of your life.
Yeah.
In quote, is in quote an upgrade of your life, because marriage does not offer you any free meal anywhere. It's like, I have grown as a single man. It's like leadership. You lead yourself first before you're called into leadership. Church is saying, Pastor King is there, so I called the pastor. I don't know if maybe the Lord is saying something. So he said, he's giving himself well. I think he'll be good in this position. But if you don't lead yourself well, you cannot lead others. It's the same thing as married. Married is the closest accountability group. So that you've been accountable to your own self, then you cannot be accountable to another person. So what I noticed that everybody looking for who will do something for them in marriage. I need a girl with this and that. Are you this and that?
Are you this and that?
If you don't have the money,
As a man, are you this and that?
if you don't have the money, first, I'm not saying when I go to do meetings, financial talks, I keep telling people, I'm not trying to make you make billions. I'm trying to make you eat, be satisfied, and have just one lesson. That's it is for me. So if you cannot eat first, even twice in a day, twice in a day, and at least help your sister or one person, how will you not help a lady? You understand that a two chase 10,000, but at least chase your 1,000 over here. So you should be lazy man.
Okay, so I'd like to get your thoughts on that one. Getting married, our culture. People don't leave home very early. It can impact on their mind and their readiness. I don't know what do you want to say? What are your thoughts? Should we
just not get here?
You understand? And if you were, you're not ready.
Oh, I've had friends that did it like that, and they're still suffering today.
Is he suffering?
Yes, they don't feel like, see, as they go, they walk. No concrete. This thing has not helped your own personal life. I mean, then they but if you talk about the friend that got married, they had a vision. He said ministry at 30.
30.
Time she knew, but you're not even sure of. You're not even sure of anything. You're not planning anything. You're not learning any skill, because it's harder to learn skill when you're old. You're not trying to learn anything. You're just saying anyhow, but you go like that, small, pack life. Yeah.
All right, so let's hear your thoughts, and then we'll wrap up for this episode.
Well, I don't believe that. In fact, I cannot advise anybody I know to marry a man that is lazy, a man that doesn't have plan for himself, a man that is purposeless. The same thing to a woman. To be very candid, it's not just about a man. I will not advise my son to marry a woman that doesn't have plan for herself, that doesn't have where she's going, that are just there waiting for a man that will marry her. So it's a two-way thing. Life, meeting, if you meet people that are lazy, you will know that they are the most difficult people to deal with. Yeah, there are always these people called backbiters. There are these people called psychophants. That everything you can think of that is not good is found around them. Because idle man is a devil's workshop. So responsibility is very important. So it's not good for a man, you go into marriage and you don't have any plan on how you will take care of yourself and take care of your family. But that doesn't also cancel the fact that you need to wait to get all the whole money in the whole world if you actually want to marry. I believe that vision is wealth. Vision, workable vision. A vision that one is pursuing diligently. It's already a wealth. In fact, to me, my own concept of agreeing to marry a man, the first thing is, once a man is intelligent. I love intelligent people. I'm always attracted to somebody who makes use of his brain. So somebody that is very intelligent, I don't care how much you have in your pocket. When I was single, I have opportunity of, a lot of men that has money. They were all around me, lobbying everywhere. You ask them, they stop you, talk to you. But I ask them 2 questions. Excuse me, I feel like this person should disappear from my face. Yeah, so, but when my husband came, he's a student that just finished school, but he's intelligent. While in school, I met him, I was in just one. He was SS3 going. So he was the SP and won a lot of awards in our school. So because of that, he's intelligent. That was why I even decided to talk to him. So I love men that are intelligent. So I believe that as a man, if you want to get married, you must ask yourself, am I responsible? If you are not responsible, it's time to get responsible. It doesn't take ages to get responsible. Just a mind shift. Tell yourself from today, you are hearing us, listening to us, I'm going to go and get myself, be a responsible person. And before you know it, you will see the dynamics of your life will change. And if you're a lady, don't also carry your eyes and put on a man that has money. You want to marry a man that has money. Money is good. But you can also marry a man that has money, and that man, after your marriage, the money will disappear. So what are you going to do at that time? So it's all about asking yourself, this man, can I do life with him? Are we going the same path? Can we help each other to get to where we are going? That, to me, that's what matters. So it's not about money. It's not about having everything. It's about being visionary person. So that's what I believe.
All right. So final thoughts in 30 seconds. What would you say to that young man that's afraid, to get married? What would you say?
So marriage is a beautiful thing, and anything ordained by God is beautiful. So, and do it with purpose. Do it in love, and do it on time.
All right, marriage is a beautiful thing. Do it with purpose, do it on time, and amazing. But any final thoughts? 30 seconds.
Oh, don't be afraid.
Do not be afraid
to take the bold step in your relationship. If you believe you want, I don't believe that everybody should get married.
Okay, that's another
I
one.
have a reservation. So, but if you have made up your mind that you are going to get married, get married. Do the needful. Be a man that is driven by purpose. And go ahead, look for a purposeful woman and get married. And everything fall out well.
And do it on time, like he rightly says. Do it on time so that you can deal with the issues. All right, so yes, such an amazing episode today, and I'd like to say a big thank you to my guest, Mr. Samuel Dixon here, doing justice to the subject matter. Amazing value. Please do not miss it. Do not miss the next episode of the Beauty of Relationship podcast. And to our host and convener, PC, thank you very much for great input. We're always excited to have you here. Always excited. Do not forget, it is the place where we deal with relationship issues. We help relationships grow, heal, and we help relationships thrive. See you on the next episode. Bye-bye.